Hey everybody, and welcome to the next game that I'm going to play, which is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Of course, it was time for another Star Wars game since I completed the Republic Commando finally. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought maybe to do another sort of like special where I let you guys choose what the next Star Wars game is that I'm going to play. But I decided to actually, before I do that, actually play this game because I was pretty sure that no one was going to pick this. And I really wanted to play that while actually playing the Republic Commando. This is a game that, I don't know, it's not up there in the top tier of Star Wars games, but I do enjoy it quite a lot, especially the flying missions. The infantry missions are very, very shitty. But I remember getting this for Christmas back in, like, I don't know, 2004 or something, I don't know. And, you know, I have that Christmas memory, of course, 'cause it's pretty Christmas, or Christmas pretty soon. So, I wanted to play this, and this is really one of those games that, made you feel part of big battles, since there were a lot of, like, tiny units, in the background fighting each other. Now, basically, these were, like, 2D sprites, and nowadays they will look absolutely horrible, but I have good memories of this game. Like I said, it's not the best one, as I could remember. Some of the ground vehicle missions are a little bit boring. I remember that the absolutely last mission isn't that special, but all in all, I did enjoy this game a lot, so I wanted to play this. Also, since Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which might be my favorite Star Wars game of all time, this is the closest thing. Well, that and Battlefront, of course. But since that's the closest thing that this represents, and I cannot actually play Rogue Squadron because the emulator does not allow it, I thought I'd try this. So, one last thing before we begin. This Star Wars: The Clone Wars is not the Clone Wars that you guys know, alright? So, it's not the cartoon. This was based on... This came out right at the time when Episode 2 was released, and this game already promised to provide story between Episode 2 and Episode 3, but you will not see a lot of characters that... Like, you won't see Grievous, of course. For example. You will see some other random people who I think don't even get mentioned in the movies, but anyway, it's been so long, let's just begin. There will be some graphical glitches, unfortunately, because this is an emulator, but that's fine. I do own this game for GameCube back in the day, so using an emulator now, I don't feel so bad because I actually own the game legally back in Holland. Kind of a long loading screen. Nope. There are some CG cutscenes. Some of them can be a little cool, but again, they have some graphical glitches. For some reason, they only like take up half the screen.
A safe place to land. Obi-Wan and Anakin do not have much time left.
Our fleet is jamming all transmissions on the planet. It should allow us to land undetected.
Now this game, apart from the glitches, doesn't look too good, and it actually already did not look too good back when it was released. The Star Wars Rogue Squadron, or...
I've received the coordinates for the first anti-orbital cannon. We must move quickly. Follow me.
The Star Wars Rogue Squadron game for the GameCube absolutely looked gorgeous, and that was because it was only released on the GameCube, and that was, of course, much more powerful than the PlayStation 2. Whereas this game was a multi-platform game, and it was also released on PlayStation 2,
The first cannon
which is why
destroyed. Stay on target.
it looks like a multi-platform game, and texture-wise, it's just not as impressive.
Coordinates for the second anti-orbital
Also for that time.
Let's go.
Watch your fire, Mace.
But like I said, this is the closest thing that I'm getting right here to Rogue Squadron. There are missions or mission objectives that are very similar, like convoy missions, blowing up
Mace, there are some
facilities.
supplies nearby. We can use them to recharge our concussion missiles in outer hull.
As you can say, very classical. I mean, this game is... It's like 10 years old or something. Oops. Completely missed that. God damn it. Ugh. Damn it. But like I said, when I'm done with this, and this is not too long of a game, like I said, I did actually complete the game myself. I will let you guys choose again what the next Star Wars games that I'm going to play. I know that a lot of people want to see Empire at War. There are some cool mods for that, actually. I will tell you that I've never actually played Empire at War 2.
Mace, I'm picking up a squad of Hellfire droids on my sensors. Be careful, Mace. Their missiles are lethal.
I did remember that I had a mod for the original Empire at War that made all the units scale to real life. So, for example, where they scaled down AT-ATs a little bit so that they would not fill up the whole screen, but that mod fixed that. So units, or infantry units, were very, very tiny compared to AT-ATs, and basically could not hurt them, because damage was also balanced. But it made buildings also bigger. And it got so big that there was a mission in a city, and the buildings were so big that they were blocking the path. And so I could not advance my units and had to completely uninstall the game in a mod to get it back to normal. Now there are several patches now that actually scale down the buildings just a little bit so that it does not actually, you know, obscure gameplay. But I would definitely want to go back to that mod because it definitely made the whole experience more cinematic when you saw the units attack. Same with space battles. So for example, big motherships were a lot bigger compared to like regular starfighters, which made the cinematic mode that the game offered very, very cool.
I'm taking heavy fire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Assistance.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm out of rockets, but that's fine because there's a rocket here.
Mace, we don't have much time. Take these
Ow.
platforms up to the
Here again, you see, unfortunately, one of the graphical glitches that when I run over one of these bridges, you can actually play the game first person if you want. Now, one thing that's cool here, though, is, like I said, I will be actually driving in multiple vehicles. So, we have this one here. We have a walker. A two-legged walker. We have the clone transport ships, which they are very cool. Those missions are awesome. And then, like I said, we have infantry missions, which unfortunately are the weakest part. The infantry missions, they, oh my god. Okay, hold on. We gotta take this seriously. Give him hell, boys. Or actually, I'm alone.
Returning to formation.
Let's take out that second cannon. Enemy reinforcements are on the move.
The second cannon is almost down. Just a few more.
The second orbital cannon is down.
Only one more to go. I've input the coordinates for the third cannon.
Roger. These things are no match for us. I love how I have the Battle of Endor music.
I have multiple enemy units on my sensors. We need to take care of them before proceeding to the third cannon.
I mean, the fucking song is even called the Battle of Endor. John Williams. It's like, nope, let's use it in Geonosis. It is my favorite Star Wars theme, though. I like it even more than the Battle of Hoth theme. Na 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 na. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, since I have 5 more rockets, why not use them? If you do it well. But then again, I was talking about Empire at War, but there are also some people who want to see, for example, the Jedi Knight game, the Jedi Academy. That is a game that I've never played. I did play Jedi Knight 2 though. I liked how in Jedi Knight 2 it took a while before you actually got lightsaber, and I kind of disliked that in Jedi Academy, how they immediately put you off with a lightsaber. Though I did see some missions and stuff on YouTube, and they did look pretty cool. There's that one thing on the train or something. Oh God! Wow, he fucked my shields up.
That's the last of them. Nice shooting, Master Windu.
Well, thank you.
The last anti-orbital cannon is housed in that outpost. We cannot get through with our tanks.
Wait here. I'll find the cannon's power generator and disable it.
Oh yeah, now we got infantry bullshit. Yeah, this is also very flippy, very glitchy in the emulator. But it's just, it's such shitty. Ugh. It is horrible. Like, going to the right or turning to the right and is with the same stick. I cannot actually strafe. It's weird.
Mace, keep your distance from those droids. Their self-destruct mechanism is deadly. Try throwing your lightsaber from a safe distance.
Now, all things considered how horrible this was, there was a multiplayer component where you were in the Geonosis arena and you could play up to like 4 friends, and it was like a horde mode. Oh Jesus! And that was kind of fun. You were even like supported with by clone troopers and stuff. Oh my God!
The power generator should be close. Destroy it, and the cannon should overload.
You don't understand how shitty these controls are. It's. Ugh. Let's quickly do this. He does that automatically, by the way. God damn it. Come on. Oh my God. Don't know what that means. Oh, Jesus! Okay. Apparently I got a bonus objective complete. Whatever.
That takes care of the last anti-orbital cannon. The rest of the Jedi should be able to land safely now.
Let's get to the landing zone. I sense much desperation in Anakin and Obi-Wan.
So yeah, basically this starts before the whole invasion. Kind of cool. It kind of feels like the pre-missions that you have in like Call of Duty before D-Day starts. Recovered 3 missing or 5 units, blah blah blah. See, I'm not gonna lie. Oops, no. I don't really care. I'm not playing this to be like the best at it or to like unlock everything. I just want to get through this. I just want to play this game again. I was even considering playing it like on the easy because I just wanted to re-experience this, but I was like, well, I don't know. Guess I'll just do it on normal.
I've got power readings ahead.
I see them too. Power up forward shields.
Acknowledged. Powering weapons. Forward shields online.
Use attack pattern theta. Keep it loose, split their line of fire.
Master Windu, I'll take out the turrets. You handle the enemy craft.
Whoops! Thought I was in game there. Skip that cutscene. My accident. Whatever.
Mace, I'll concentrate on the turrets. You take care of the rest.
Come on, tiny fucking speeders. One thing that I find very interesting, though, now that Star Wars has actually been bought by Disney, I would have expected that more games would be announced. Now, obviously, the game that everybody wants is the new Battlefront. They've announced that, blah, blah, blah. That's all good. But, like, you know, there used to be a time where so many Star Wars games were released. No, and a lot of them had actually a reputation for not being too great. But still, a lot were coming out. And even a lot of games that actually, you know, offered different things. There was a game that I rented from the library for the PC back when I was, I don't know, 9 years or 10 years old. And it was the weirdest thing. It was a Gungan RTS game. It was fucking weird. But it wasn't even like an RTS as in where you were waging war. You were having, like, on Naboo, you needed to, like, breed these creatures and create your own ecosystem of herbivores and carnivores. And if you did well, the Gungan city down in the lake or under the sea of Naboo would, like, expand. And it was the weirdest thing. But, like, you had to, for example, like, you know, breed carnivores, keep them at bay.
Let's reload our concussion missiles before we move out.
Make sure that, you know...
Show enemy reinforcements approaching.
Alright.
We need to defend the landing area.
The dense grass areas were not completely devoured by herbivores, etc. There we have another dropship coming in. So, you know, these are the classic, you know, Rogue Squadron type missions. I guess even like Starfighters, you know, Naboo Starfighter, Jedi Starfighter. Those were pretty okay games too. I enjoyed them, though they did not have that like epic Star Wars feeling, right, with a lot of units. I would consider myself a Star Wars fan, but a Star Wars fan of like the movies and the video games, so not necessarily the lore as in the TV show or the books. But another friend of mine is only a fan of the movies and not the video games because he said that the games actually don't give him that feeling of those massive battles. That's what I have with the Starfighter one. Oh Jesus! Go back. Yeah, I have some rockets, assholes. I would definitely say though that this is a lot more arcade than Rogue Squadron because there's a auto aim in here. Where actually Rogue Squadron is pretty hardcore, where you have the targeting computer, and every time you use the targeting computer, your score actually goes down. But it makes it easier, of course, to see the targets.
That's the last of them.
This is Mace Windu. The area is secure. Commence operations.
Alright, Convoy.
All transports proceed to the arena. We must be careful. Each transport carries dozens of Jedi Knights. It would be a terrible tragedy if any of the transports are lost.
So we go behind the scenes of the movies. Or of the story, I should say. Oh. Oh. Ah, shit. Quickly. Okay, go back, go back, go back. I think there might be a turret here that I missed. I don't know. Was there? No. Everything's good. Everything's good. I don't know exactly how many missions there were, but it's not too long of a game, I think. One thing that was absolutely cool though about this was the regular multiplayer, by the way. In my opinion, this game might have been, well, you know, regular Dota, of course, already existed. But really, if I look back at it, I guess that was sort of like my first introduction with it. Because what you had, and of course this was in a time where it did not have online multiplayer, so you